need something? Do you want something?
I'm interviewing.
Oh, that's cool. I think. I'm not that interesting, though. Oh, how about you pick one of my jail debut trading cards to keep? They're shiny and mint in sleeves with full stats and trivia.
You want to give me paper? Wrapped in plastic?
Oh my gosh, I didn't mean... I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I just wasn't thinking,
Relax, meat sack. Trading cards aren't inherently evil. They are for weird man babies, though. Yeah, Harley said so.
Harley called me a man baby?
You like the Justice League, and they're for babies, so you're at least a baby.
They saved thousands of lives!
Human lives. That doesn't make up for all the bad stuff they did.
You can't just say things about people, Ivy. You need proof.
World Earth Day, 2 years ago. Proof.
Who the... Come on, Ivy! You can't creep up on people like that!
Well, stop wearing those weird ear things. Now ask me about World Earth Day.
Okay, sure. What about it?
Scientists across the globe, including Tobias Manning and Bella Garten, condemn Metropolis vigilantes, the Justice League, for their destruction of approximately 1/10 of the remaining rainforest on World Earth Day.
Wait, where did you read that? Did anyone tell you about some of the things you can find on the internet yet, or...?
Yeah, I found it in the Independent Biologist Digest, which is very reputable.
Oh, I love the IBD. Their reports are... They really said that about the League?
Told ya, all those spandex hams are awful. Destroying beautiful ancient lives for fun.
That's kind of hard to believe. Let me just... Justice League, destroy rainforest. See? They were saving the world from Starro, Ivy. Starro's he's really big.
Too bad they didn't care more about climate change, the real world destroyer.
Okay, World Earth Day was just one time the Justice League made some ecological missteps.
Nope. I got more. Like, so many more.
There can't be that many. Why do you have so many tablets?
People keep leaving them laying around with the screens on, so I turned them all off and put them in a pile. This one is for you.
That's a lot of tabs. Wow. Let's see. Justice League issues apology in wake of destruction of historic stump house. But wait, you approve of stump houses? They're historically significant, but I don't know...
Humans had already decimated the tree and all the lives connected to it. At least other humans could use all the parts. But your stupid heroes broke it.
Okay, yeah, that's not cool. But apparently it was while saving the town from a natural disaster.
Also caused by humans. Next one.
Okay. Lake Michigan palm trees replanted after Justice League fight with Amazo. Wait, but this was Amazo's fault.
Would there even be an Amazo without the Justice League?
That's not... You can't prove... Fine. Okay. They do a lot of harm to plants, trying to do good for people.
Glad you see things my way now.
Listen, Ivy, I'm sorry I didn't believe you about the, everything. And I lost my temper. I have other more ecologically friendly merch. What about this cute planter? It's Wonder Woman.
Especially not Wonder Woman.
You don't even like Wonder Woman? She comes from an island of untouched nature.
She owns a private jet, and Noni does all the cool island botany. IBD had a whole interview with her. Didn't you read it?
I'm pretty sure the jet is magic. I mean, come on. You gotta like one of the League members. What about the Flash? He's got a tree planting program.
Yeah, replanting the trees he ripped up being a tornado or struck with lightning. Do you have any idea how much damage he does to root systems?
But this stuff happens while he's saving people, including people who save the environment, like those guys from Star Labs. Wouldn't the trees want to help the world help them?
Wrong. The trees think it's super selfish. Trust me, I asked them.
So that's a no to the individual League members then. All of them, even though they tirelessly work for humanity.
Humans suck butt. Bruce Wayne is a bazillionaire who owns half of Gotham City. Where are all the green spaces in Gotham City?
Why, I don't think Gotham soil is well suited to,
Where are the green spaces?
At the Horticultural Center?
Hey, Moby Meat Sack, want to hear my plan to make the Justice League good so you can quit whining about it?
Whoa. Ivy, are you actually trying to be nice to me?
No. So you want to hear the plan or not?
I'd love to, buddy.
Buddy, ugh. Look, two of them are in their tubes right now, probably dreaming about crushing flowers with bad guys' heads or something.
Actually, Dr. Freeze says the tubes create kind of a dreamless state where...
Unimportant, so I don't care. Ugh. So you wake them up, hey, bestest best pals, want to earn back the goodwill you shattered as alien zombies?
You're exaggerating to make your point, right? Is that really how I sound?
So you wake them up, bring them to my testing area, and I get them to help me plant some stuff.
Plant what? Is this about the poison garden again? Because I know Director Waller said it's not allowed.
Do you want to help your spandex besties or not? Okay, so here's my new plan to get your meat sacks to make up for all their plant murder.
I don't think we're allowed to just take them wherever you want.
But I'm not taking them anywhere. I'm borrowing them. For science.
And what kind of science is that?
Well, obviously, I want to see if my plants can defeat them.
But they're supposed to be in recovery.
And they can just recover a little more when I'm done.
That's definitely not how it works.
But I also want to see if I can use their powers to help all plants.
I really don't think plants should have access to constructs or super speed. Well, unless we're talking like Medville, but he only has one.
But then the plants could put themselves back together, or even better, fight back. Maybe even replace the League.
Replace the... Oh, yeah, I definitely can't help you do that.
Then how come you're helping Waller do it?
I'm doing what?
Zoe Lawton, just who I wanted to see. Thanks for everything. I owe you for getting me off that ship.
Yeah, about that. You know about the whole you being the enemy of humanity for like a month, right?
The basics. I know once I'm done recovering, I've got work to do on regaining people's trust. A lot of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for anyone to forget you being the worst cop in 8K. Just don't go for the one bad day defense.
The one, saying it wasn't really my fault, I was just a victim of circumstance. Though I was under Brainiac's control.
Ever think Brainiac was just turning up the personality traits he could best exploit? You know, history with less steps.
A little uncomfortable, but it would explain Superman based on the footage.
He's got big golden retriever energy. You probably need me to explain that, don't you? Okay! So, the truth part of your apology, that part's really good, actually. But then it needs to marinate, okay? Go slower.
Slower? Slower how?
You can't just lay out your 59-slide presentation on what you'll be doing to fix literally everything ever.
I feel like that proves how I've reflected on events.
And it makes you sound like Lex Luthor until you actually do all of it, or just more like a space cop.
The Corps aren't cops? Hold on. Kids your age really think we're just cops from space?
You say it in your Justice Day hologram. I'm an intergalactic policeman. Look, you need to connect with people, okay? Just get to know them and their needs. You want to clear the air with my dad? Deadshot, aka Floyd Lawton? Really?
Of course. It's the right thing to do.
That is the worst plan I have ever heard in my life. And I once listened to someone plan a fake bank heist with a Bollywood dance sequence for a promposal.
I don't even want to know what that means. But I think your father can be reasonable.
Okay, sure. Your opinion. You know, he's hated you since before the whole Brainiac thing. You put him in Arkham.
He was terrorizing the city, fighting his double. Someone had to stop them.
Alternate universe version.
Same difference. You understand the rule of law, right?
Yeah, and you're space copping again.
You know what? If I can work things out with Floyd Lawton, I think I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, sure. You know, maybe it'll be a good project for both of you.
Green Lantern, may I speak with you about the power rings?
Shark, you want to know what it's like to make constructs and fly. All the cool stuff.
No, I'm already deeply familiar with those sensations from our previous encounter, while you were under Brainiac's thrall.
Huh. I really should have asked for more details.
Details are very important. No, I wish to ask you about what it is to be a Green Lantern.
Not a thing I usually talk about. It's a solemn duty, even if some lanterns don't act like it. We're meant to protect, safeguard, do right by the people.
No. This aligns with some of what young Zoe Lawton has told me of the public perception of the Green Lantern Corps as space cops.
That girl works far too fast. Been thinking about what we discussed before, Shark. About being a Green Lantern.
Please tell me everything on the subject. For instance, your oath. It is very powerful and sometimes individualized.
I just went with the standard oath. It spoke to me. Haven't quite lived up to it lately, though.
Brainiac did seemingly make you break every single word.
I'm meant to be the best example of willpower on Earth. It's going to be a while before I feel worthy of this ring again.
It is a long road to redemption in all forms of media I have consumed. Could I wear the ring again?
We'll see how things go, big man. We'll see how they go.
Okay, lawbreakers, you asked and I'm delivering. We're doing AMAs with the whole squad. First up, we've got everyone's baby girl, King Shark.
What does baby girl mean in this context?
It's complicated. We'll talk later. Okay, first question. What's your favorite place you've been?
A hard question to answer. I was exiled from the oceans by my father, spent much of my life in Bel Rev, briefly visited Arkham Asylum, and then was forced into a war-torn metropolis. I think it was the Twirly Whirl frozen yogurt factory.
That's much heavier than I was expecting, but we pulled it back in the end. Okay, next one. Oh, who's your favorite in the squad?
I cherish all of my relationships with my comrades equally. Without them, I surely would have perished by now. Or still be in Bel Rev.
It's definitely me. Or Freeze. Or, I guess you talk to Boomer a lot?
Yes, Captain Boomerang and I have a close bond. You should ask him about it in his internet-based interrogation session.
That is a great and terrible idea. Okay, I know some of y'all were looking forward to this one. We got the coldest duck on the planet, Mrs. Freeze.
Is this really necessary?
People want to know more about you, and you have Sims to wait on. So, first question, do you lift?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling this is how it would go. All right, what's your field of expertise? I feel like that's an obvious.
Well, it's much more multidisciplinary. A mix of cryogenics, health, and biology with some genetics and biomechanics. And of course, I try to work ethically, as in for the common good of people.
I've never heard you talk so excitedly with strangers about your work.
They rarely ask. Are there more? Can you please flex for us, muscle mommy? No.
Mods, can we catch those faster, please? Thank you. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, good one. Okay. Are you married, and can you tell us about your partner?
There isn't enough time to tell you how much I love Nora, but I can make the attempt. First of all, no one I've ever met is more willing to do anything for their goals. On one of our first dates, she kidnapped a corporate executive.
This is gonna take a while, so stick around.
Oh, look at all those names. Stoked to see so many of me fan club showed up for this.
I don't think you have a fan club. Anyways, we're back. This is Captain Boomerang. You guys know the deal. Get the questions rolling.
Oh, now there's a good one. What's your favorite boomerang? Easy. The ones that come back.
Isn't that like all of them?
Well, some you love and lose. You'll understand when you get older. Next! Is Shark your fave in the squad?
But wait, but what about this one about the...
Yeah, Sharko's the best mate a guy could ask for. Even asked before grabbing one of me titties. Of soda cola, yeah.
Wow, I guess you two are a lot closer than I thought. Okay, next up we've got... Mods!
They're asking if I do what with the shark? Why is it their business anyway? Got a problem with a guy and his best mate, eh?
Okay, I'm calling it here officially. Wow, this should be interesting. Okay, today we've got Deadshot here. Please try to behave.
So, what? Are you the internet's parent?
You have no idea. Okay, first question. How do you feel about having someone so young on the squad?
It's weird, for sure, but you gotta, let people make their own decisions, even if you think they're bad ones. And technically, Shark's younger.
Wow, so close. Okay, anyways, let's move on to the next question. Are you and Lawless related?
What? No, we're not related at all. Nope, not even a little bit. Never met Lawless before joining up.
Never misses this guy. Okay, next up. Do you think you'll ever go full dad bod? Oh, okay. Everyone, can we please try to keep it...
No, I think this is important. While I'm gonna always want to be in peak physical condition, it ain't for everybody. And you gotta love the body you're in and do right by it. Sometimes that's hitting the gym every day, and sometimes that's sleeping in and eating 10 pancakes with bacon and eggs for every meal.
That was really nice, actually. Thanks, Deadshot.
Hello. Lawbreakers? Is that what they're called? Lawless, help me out here.
Yeah, you're totally a natural. Did you want to pick the first question?
Let's see what the masses got for me today. Do you ever regret being the Harley Quinn? Ha! All the time. You know the kind of trauma I've been through? I could write 10 books on me. But I wouldn't take any of it back. You pick the next one.
Yeah, okay, let's try something a little less, a lot. Like this one. Is Mrs. Freeze really that tall?
Oh, baby, is she?
Now, I'm not one to ever get between a cute couple, but that's a couple I'd love to be between, you know?
Nope. Not really. Moving on. Trying to find something a little less awkward. Does Boomerang smell like a kangaroo or an emu? Oh, wow. I have no idea what kangaroos or emus smell like.
Cassowary. Specifically the southern double-wattled cassowary. If you know, you know.
I don't, and I don't think I want to, Harley. Okay, I'll see y'all for the next one of these, and try not to be too weird about it, please. All right, this is the last of the series for now, and we have...
Me, my lovely lawbreakers and ne'er-do-wells. Let's dive right into the questions then, shall we? When you think of the Joker, what's the first thing to come to mind?
Wait, no, that's not how this works. They ask you... Wait, are people responding?
And why shouldn't they? Oh, some of them answered the same way you did. Good to know, good to... oh, that's a little harsh. Next question. How would you describe me?
Unfortunately, they're already calling you Hot Young Joker, and you knew that.
Oh, stop. Punchline and Stinker says I'm their favorite villain. I'll take it. Oh, wait, I'll answer that question. Do you still hate Batman? Never met the guy. How's his sense of humor?
Bad, probably. It's not like I knew him personally. Maybe he secretly loved jokes. Okay, one last question and I'm free. Are you... can please stop asking everyone that?
Well, I'm only single in the legal sense, but I'm always committed to the bit.
And on that note, I'm ending this. Not sure if we'll do more in the future, because this has been an experience, that's for sure. Dad, do you have any idea how embarrassing that was? I mean, even with the glaring, you had to butt in.
Embarrassing? Waller and Flag were trying to take advantage of you. Because you're young and they think that makes you gullible.
And I was totally handling it. I was getting them to spill before you barged in.
You shouldn't be trying to get them to spill anything. Did Lane put you up to this? I knew I should have never trusted an investigative journalist.
No. I mean, she did ask me to loop her in, but this is all me. I'm doing it to make a difference.
Yeah, well, Lane and I are still gonna have words. But you gotta be more careful. Waller's got more plot twists than a long-running primetime show.
That was pretty nerdy, Dad. And I know I'm not agreeing to anything, but I need you to just chill in my corner a bit. I'll tag you in if I need it, okay?
Zoe, I've done some reflecting on what we talked about with the whole Waller situation.
Sure you did.
All right, Quinn overheard me trying to do that and told me I had to let you live your life.
And?
And I'm gonna let you do that. You're not a kid anymore. And I like to think your mom and I did a good job raising you.
Yeah, I think you did okay. So no more barging into not interrogations?
No more barging in where you haven't asked. But if Waller ever thinks to come for us,
we'll show her how Lawtons do.
I see you've been enjoying my sessions lately. At least I assume the continued interaction to be enjoyment.
Why actually being helpful for once, Eddie? Nuisance bit finally stopped working for you?
So many could benefit from my genius, yet seem to ignore it, save when placed directly beneath their noses.
Anyone even ask for it?
Yes! Well, not verbatim, but just look at you all. Actually worthy of some notice after my assistance and training.
man, I was the world's greatest assassin long before you came along. You ain't assisting nobody with nothing.
You think everyone understands the tax code is applicable to villainy headquarters within Gotham County limits?
I'm I'm sorry. Is your name Evan DeFisher Williams? Because that's my accountant.
Sol 3, to its inhabitants, was guarded by pesky metahumans and meddlers. I dealt with these sorts on previous terraforming attempts. But these were so different, so challenging. The fight they put up forced the first tactical deployment of my terminals. While much closer than any other attempt, it was still ultimately a failure. Confrontations with the more combative inhabitants, coupled with primary planetary makeup, sadly left it unsuitable. I would need careful planning, closer study of the populace, some experimentation, perhaps. More time. I would do anything to secure the best probability of survival for New Kolu. I would repeat the process as many times as it took. I simply needed more Earths.
I'm onto something big here, I know it. Just have to lay out the facts. Whenever Waller sends the Suicide Squad off on a mission, when they phase, there's a power spike. But when they bring someone back, it's always bigger. There have been 6 larger power spikes, one fairly early than the rest at later, relatively even intervals. I don't have any solid leads on that first one, but the next was Joker. No other power spike there. I'd be afraid of anything else from his world. Then was Mrs. Freeze, with a larger than expected spike. Originally, I thought it was just because she's so athletic and tall. But if her story aligns with our Victor Freeze's, the answer is obvious. Her partner. My source tells me the next spike was the Flash. Lines up with the sighting. Most recently, Lawless has shown up. No wonder I couldn't track her down. I should ask her about her experiences. No, Lane. Back on track. She confirmed, and I corroborated that the power spike before her was Green Lantern. Which means Waller isn't just expanding the Suicide Squad, she's collecting the Justice League. But it begs the question of why. Does Waller have some guaranteed method of controlling them? And who was that first spike? This would feel so much less like crackpot muttering to myself with Clark or Jimmy here. Rubber ducks that can hold and cut red string. Colonel Flagg, thank you for agreeing to talk with me.
Can we cut to the chase, Lane? This isn't an interview. I gotta shut you down. My daddy didn't raise no fool.
Colonel Flagg Sr., right? He was based out of Virginia. My father was there for a few years when I was a kid.
Uh-huh. So, this is where we find our common ground.
It's tough growing up a military brat, never in one place long enough to make friends, no real connection with your parents.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I see what you're trying to do, but firstly, I had a great relationship with my dad. Secondly, you're going about this all wrong.
I'm listening.
I know you've been talking to the squad, and if you think for a single second that those yahoos know what's going on here, you're not as smart as I thought you were.
I'm good at putting the pieces together, but what about you? How do you feel about Waller's plan to control metahumans?
I shouldn't comment on speculation. But it's not about me, Lane. If you must know, I made my peace with what I signed up for a long time ago.
Thanks for taking the time, Lawless.
Yeah, anything for a fan, I guess?
You know who I am, right?
Duh.
And you know what I do.
You know, this is really feeling like a bit.
And your father really didn't tell you that he had me track you down?
Wait, excuse me? He had you do what?
Ugh, of course he didn't. Look, this is much bigger than all that. Waller's up to something. Something big.
Well, she is the head of a black ops team with soldiers straight out of the prison industrial complex, so I think it's part of the whole vibe.
I want your help on exposing what it is before it's too late.
Oh yeah, sure, I'll give you a hand, so long as I can get something out of it.
name it.
Banking that for now. So, what exactly do you think Waller's doing? Because let me tell you, it's gonna be worse.
Aaron Cash, just the man I've been looking for.
And why would you be looking for me, Miss Lane?
How does it feel to be a jailer whose charges get a free pass to travel across the multiverse?
Huh. Right into it. I respect that. I'm proud of what the squad has achieved. You've been reporting on it. You've seen what they've done.
Yes, but do you truly believe that making them help us under duress excuses them for their past actions?
Gonna throw that right back at you. Do the League's past actions excuse what they did to Metropolis under duress?
Touché. So you're a believer in second chances then?
People make mistakes. It's what makes us human. Listen, your friends are in good hands, I promise. Squad 2.
How can you be sure? Do you even know what Waller has planned for them?
That's a little above my pay grade, but I can promise you this. If I don't like what I see, I'll be in touch, okay?
Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. No, this can't be right. But I think it is. Lex isn't Lex. God, that sounds so crazy. But I'm certain it's true. It's something in the way he moves, the way he talks, the way he says, Miss Lane. I know how this sounds. I know. But I've been listening back to old interviews, trying to find the differences. And that Lex just sounds young compared to this one. Egotistical and full of himself and ready to charge in. I think I was right about that confrontation with the Flash. Lex Luthor died there. I was sure he weaseled his way out like always. I can't confirm it the old-fashioned way. Street cam footage tends to get knocked out whenever the Flash is around. Lex has always been ambitious to a fault. Brainiac's tech is the obvious draw. Lawless has proven it compatible with our own. He could revolutionize the way we live. Again. He could aspire to much more than a tech leader. Maybe any kind of leader. President Lex Luthor. So, a new Lex. Maybe they're in this together. Maybe this one is worse. And that's the point where Jimmy would say, maybe he wears less cologne. Or Clark would say, or he could be better. I never thought that I would miss that.
The cuckoo flies at midnight with a shiny trinket.
Hero, there's no one around. It's fine. How are they?
Oh my gosh, I talked to Flash and Lantern too, but he's a bit harder to read. Dr. Freeze is so smart, and she's taking real good care of them.
Whoa, slow down. So Freeze is helping them recover?
And Dr. Kolchak, even Mr. Luthor. I promise they're in good hands. Well, not good, because they're bad guys, but... Oh, I have some very off-the-record intel for you. Here, take this.
A pen drive? I didn't realize people still made these. What's on it?
I made it. Is this not how you share classified documents? I saw it in a movie once.
It's very you. Thank you, Hero. What have you got for me?
We're calling them the Brainiac Records. Hack managed to get a hold of these voice notes that Brainiac makes for himself. Neat, huh? So, I have a theory, absolutely not based on something I've read. I listened to the tapes, and I think that our Brainiac is the original Brainiac, running from a future Brainiac who thinks the death of his original self will stop the tragic destruction of Kolu!
Okay, I'll take a listen. Thanks for this, Hero, really. Now, please take care of yourself and keep your head down.
Anything for you, Miss Lane. This could be my hero origin story, don't you think? Let me know what you think about my theory. Maybe we can compare notes. Miss Lane?
Ms. Lane. Always a pleasure to see you, even when I'm sure you're about to pester me with questions.
Thanks for taking the time. I'll get right down to it. Why are you here when you could be anywhere?
Why am I in my home of Metropolis?
The island currently under siege by an alien conqueror? The one we'll need every resource to defeat? Come now, Lois. Even you can't think me so callous as to abandon my city when it needs me most.
But you have before. When the League first assembled to defeat Starro, you secured yourself away and made it appear as if you were still in the city. And Superman has had multiple fights against threats to Metropolis, threats that you were conveniently nowhere near. Remember?
I was then and still am a very busy man.
I think you don't really call this city home, do you, Lex Luthor? I don't think you call this Earth home.
I won't spar with you this time. Your Lex Luthor is dead, and my world is dead. It seemed like a perfect opportunity.
A perfect opportunity to start over in a world with no Justice League. And the Lex from this world, did you?
Of course not. I wanted to save your world from the fate of mine, which, I might add, I have thus far been successful in doing. No, your Lex was slain by the universe's oldest killer, Hubris.
We'll see about that. And I'll see about you, Mr. Luthor.
I don't doubt you will, Ms. Lane. May we both survive to enjoy our debates.